equality doesn't exist. It never has existed. And unfortunately, the world which we live in, it is girls versus boys, blacks versus white, rich versus poor, atheists versus believers in God. And that is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, why are we even arguing on which religion is better than the other? That is completely illogical and such a low IQ thing to be doing. And why are we even arguing on the existence of God? God is absolutely real, no matter who you are. I don't care what you say. But yeah, everything is just so normalized. And no, I'm not saying that it hasn't improved at all. If we look back to how bad racism was, of course, without a doubt, 100%, it has improved. Certain skin colours were restricted from using public transport or going to the bathroom, and it was just so extreme. But now, as far as we know, that isn't really an issue anymore. Well, I don't know, maybe some parts of the world, but regardless, that has, of course, gone a lot better. It's improved a lot. So yeah, and a lot of this does have to do with social media too, because what social media does is it just categorizes different people and it just divides people, and then the only thing which actually gets traction and virality is not the good kind. The things which go viral are when people are just arguing over each other, and the algorithm rewards that. And you can never have full on even Stevens 50-50 with anything in life. That's just the way the world works. Even if it isn't your own thoughts, even if it is just something physical like food. If you have the same exact food, two of them, one of those foods are going to end up having more or less salt than the other. I mean, you just can't have full on equal 50-50 with anything in life. And that's just the reality. Like, you just have to accept it. And, I feel that this isn't spoken about as much. And even if you're working a job which you don't like, you're doing honest work, you're doing things which you don't want to do, you're being ordered around. I mean, yeah, you're getting paid at least, but you're not getting paid as much as you deserve to, even by doing honest work. That's not fair. Nothing in life is fair, but if nothing in life is fair, doesn't that make life fair for everyone? Well, I mean, and other than that, the world is just so overly political. That's not fair either, because new rules can just be created by the government, and it's not like every single person in the world is just going to be getting constantly updated on that, just trying to know every single rule in the book. But yeah, you can get in trouble for things for no reason, and you just get blamed, accused. Some crimes deserve more time in jail. Some things are just unfair like that. Yeah, the world is just overly political. So many things. Like, nothing is actually fair if you really think about it. Nothing is equal. Equality does not exist. And why is everyone just trying to prove that they are better than the other and everything like that? Like, we're all humans at the end of the day. And even if it's just like protest too, like, that is just, I think that the idea of protests are just so stupid, because you really think that the government is going to listen to you. The government is going to do what the government wants to do at the end of the day. And it just sounds so stupid. Like, I'm not saying that it hasn't helped. I don't know. Like, as far as I know, most of them, I mean, all of the protests which I have seen or heard of, at least, well, not maybe all of them, like most of every single one which I have seen or heard, none of them have actually helped, because it just looks so stupid, right? Like, people could just be doing so many other better things with their time, but instead they are just wasting their time as if anyone is actually going to listen to them, and as if things are actually going to change, but that just isn't the case. you know, that you just have to accept it. And yeah, like even if it isn't something which even if it is something which isn't that deep, like you just see someone get something which you believe you deserved and they didn't deserve it, but they got it out of the blue because they got lucky or something like that. You know, that's not fair. But yeah, some people just get lucky. Some people deserve things more than others, and you know that's just life. At the end of the day, you just gotta accept it. You just gotta like move on. But then it is normalized, and you know with social media on top of this, although it is highly normalized, and especially with faceless confidence, people just say and do things whatever they feel like doing, and they act as if everything is fine, and purely because everyone else you know gets too comfortable and confident online, so everybody else starts doing it. You know, faceless confidence is a dangerous thing because online people just get so confident and just comfortable saying and doing anything which they like, and then when that goes viral, then that gets influenced, and then a lot of other people start doing things, whether it is equal or just unfair, unequal. And yeah, that's just the truth, really. The world which we live in, and no matter what it is, like you're never going to have anything actually like 100% equal in life, and no, there's no point trying to change the world. You can only change yourself. Everything is always messed up anyways, and you know it's always going to be like this. And yeah, I don't think that this is a problem for the rich, because it is only the people in absolute poverty and the middle class, mostly the middle class. The middle class are the ones who are like effed because they're in the middle. They are too comfortable in the position which they are in, and so they never really get out of that position in most occasions. You know, whereas the people in absolute poverty and the rich, the upper class, they understand how the world really works. They know the game. The high and low theory, that's another video, but yeah. And you know the thing with that is that you know the poor really do understand the world just as much as the rich, you could say. But yeah, that's another video. But yeah, everyone's a slave at the end of the day to something, whether it is equal or not. And the middle class are just slaves more than anyone else, you could say. And yeah, they are just the ones who are always stuck in the middle, and they just can't escape it.